Please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Board of Supervisors meeting this June 27th, 2023. And do we have any changes to the tentative agenda?
I have none.
Meet with department heads and elected officials. Rodney Bleasner, maintenance.
Good morning. We had a jail inspector last week. Went through the jail. I think everything seems to be okay. Just kind of a normal, same issues with a few different things, but we're just keep us moving on our 5-year plan. Just some showers we need to take care of, kind of clean up. Work release floor, just some stuff that we've kind of got on our plan already. So nothing really new out of the normal. Other than that, everything looked okay. I think he was pleased with how things are going and some of the updates that we were doing with the roof and the exteriors. So everything seems to be okay there. Attended the Tiger Grant meeting also last week. They have a little bit of delay on some stuff there on the west or the east side of the road. I think kind of along the sidewalk area, so they're still gonna keep moving forward. Still kind of on plan, so I think we're still looking August, September when they get down to us. So I'll kind of keep you updated on that as that gets a little closer to us. Other than that, just business as normal, nothing else new to report.
All right. Keep up the good work. Angie Vaughn, keeping us all safe.
Well, good morning. I actually have been on vacation since last Wednesday. So I went to a dog show in Cambridge, Minnesota. But I will say that for the first time ever that I've taken a vacation, I didn't receive a single work phone call. So apparently
All right,
everyone
then.
stayed safe,
All
everyone, I checked emails, everything went good. So great job, everyone. Kudos to you and thank you very much. I enjoyed it even that much more because I knew everyone was okay.
The department heads threatened them that if they got hurt, that they would have to fill out the paperwork that you were out.
So there's some people that got hurt, they're just waiting till the day.
Oh, okay, they're waiting till I get back, I see.
Gritting their teeth.
All right, Angie, we appreciate you. And welcome back to America.
No, thank you.
Ken Heineman, Mental Health Agency.
Yes, the Mental Health Agency of Southeast Iowa. The new region starts July 1, our new 13-county region. We have about 20 contracts now with those 13 counties, and all of them have been signed by the one region's governing board or the other region's governing board. And they're out to providers for signatures. I've gotten 15 contracts back so far, so fully executed, so we're making good progress on the contracts. That's one of my duties. CSN, our computer system that we use, we can't process NODs and claims right now because the new region hasn't been set up in CSN yet, so we need to create a new management plan for the region. We need to get this, our computer system set up. We'll start out with a transitional plan of using the SEAL management plan and the South Central Behavioral Health Region management plan at first, and then eventually we'll have one new management plan for our region once that gets approved. It has to go through DHS and through the Mental Health MHDS Commission, and there's quite a few steps, and can't be done until after July 1. Monthly meetings will be at the Well in Fairfield, 1700 South Main, with the first meeting of our new governing board July 12th. And I know that not every county can be part of the new governing board under the new legislation, so there's a committee that's gonna decide which board of supervisors will be on the new governing board. So can't have all of them in. So quite a few changes, but we're working on all of those. We're in the process. That's it for now.
All right. Janelle Nellie Lundquist, Treasurer's Office.
Good morning. We are keeping busy. Nothing new to report today.
Okay, well, thanks for keeping busy. Chris Lee, Conservation.
Good morning. So we got another big holiday weekend coming up. I guess maybe, I don't know, 4th of July on a Tuesday. I'm not exactly sure how that'll pan out with people camping or whatever. But I just want to remind the community and visitors that fireworks are not allowed in any county park. We will be diligent about confiscating your expensive fireworks if you bring them into our parks. It's always been that way, even with the state laws that changed whatever a year or two ago. It still is that way. We don't allow fireworks of any kind inside of county parks, so please don't bring that. Otherwise, just kind of business as usual.
Thanks for the heads up on the fireworks. I'll make sure I pass that along. Brian. We have here, let's do Jared Lassiter, land use.
Morning, I'm with the Regional Planning Commission, and we had the phrase Southeast Iowa in our name back before it was cool. Now everybody seems to be getting on the bandwagon there, the mental health agency, the medical center. Yeah, so we don't really have a whole lot going on right now.
They would be like you guys.
Yeah.
Trendsetters.
The cool kid.
Pat yourself on the back.
Cutting edge.
Lay it out, Fred.
Well, we don't have a whole lot going on today. We have a subdivision that's out for review right now, and another one that we're waiting to bring it forward to you guys, since we just trying to resolve a little issue with the easement. So nothing major, but just trying to make sure everything's straightened out before that one goes forward. This other one we have up for review, we're checking up on something kind of similar to that too. So apart from that, we're ready to go ahead with the start the public hearings for the wind ordinance next week. Apart from that, I don't have anything to report.
Appreciate that. County Sheriff, Kevin Glendenning.
Hi, good morning. Rodney kind of covered the jail inspection. I guess to add just a little bit more to that, he was really happy with how everything was operationally and maintenance was out there. It was just more of a looking at the long term and making sure that there's a plan in place for any upkeep that might be needed done 3-4 years down the road. He likes to see those plans, so we've got that in the works. The jail population's up to 91. 16 of those are out of county. It's kind of our summer bubble, I'm hoping, and we'll see where that goes in the weeks to come. Other than that, we have a lot going on, but no major news for the board right now.
Do you have any of them 91 going out, waiting on Oakdale or anything?
So I had a radio meeting this morning, so I'm not up to date on where we're at. Usually that gets updated like first thing Tuesday morning after the court list comes out Monday afternoon, so I'll get you an update on that here in the next hour or two.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Okay. Sarah Marie, County Auditor.
Good morning. Just another reminder, next week our meeting will be on Wednesday the 5th due to the holiday. I did email everyone for their cash on hand letters. And I will be on vacation starting tomorrow, so if you can get your agenda items to Cheryl by Friday at 10 for next week. Other than that, just business as usual.
You want to tell Des Moines County where you're going?
Nowhere actually. I have a contractor starting on my house the week after the 4th of July, so I have stuff to do at the house before he starts, so
All right. It's a
nothing exciting.
Great way to spend vacation. That's how old parts do it. All righty then. Brian Carter, County Engineer.
Good morning. I'd say probably the most active topic is the fact that we have Highway 99 closed.
You
I don't
think?
think that's I don't think that's new to anyone at this point, although it is definitely an annoyance and an inconvenience, and we understand that. They did leave the intersection for Walker Road or for 90th open a few extra days, but in the end they had to close it. I was concerned about that, but it just became a safety issue. Utilities were in there working on moving some utilities, and the contractor was using it to haul trucks in and out, and then you had, of course, regular vehicles in and out of there also. So that was last week when that closed. It was, I wanna say the project started on Monday, I wanna say they closed that intersection probably Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't remember which day it was. So, you know, probably the biggest frustration is some folks in there sitting there watching the project progress, thinking, well, we should be able to get in and out for a few more days, and it's up to the contractor, they had the right to close it, and they did, and I think probably for the safety side of it, that was the best route to go, rather than having an accident between a construction piece of equipment and a vehicle. Doesn't make it any less frustrating. We, you know, in general, things are going along okay. Nobody's there's thrilled, I don't blame them. Who wants the extra drive when it's inconvenient like that? You know, as we all know, it's been bone dry, that doesn't help the cause either. We did treat everything with dust control, but everybody, it is working, but if you don't drive a lot of gravel, you're not accustomed to it. But if you jump from a spot that's been treated out there to a road that hasn't been treated, it's actually pretty obvious that it's working. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in Thursday and do a second round of not on 100% of everything that we did the first time, because a lot of what we did, some of it was kind of beyond what we knew traffic would drive on, just to pick some of the radially area up that people kind of expand out on, but not as nearly as much as the main traffic. So what we're gonna do is just some full-length treatment. 125th from Tama over to Highway 99 is the actual detour for Highway 99. It's the actual gravel portion of that detour. So that will get treated full length. And then the route that a bulk of the higher traffic volume is using, which is 90th Avenue, more or less from Whitecamp Road to the north. Obviously the Whitecamp folks there, they generate a lot of traffic. That's the big generator, I would call it, of the overall location. Up to 145th, across 145th and down 80th. And I do have a project tour on, so if you guys are available, we may run up there just so you guys can kind of have a visual of where that's at. All three of you have been through there with me, let me be clear. So you guys are already aware of what we're doing and where we're doing it at. But those routes, so basically kind of from 99 looping around down towards the Whitecamp area, those will get treated full length again. And we're gonna do that all on Thursday. I sent letters out to the residents. They should be showing up in mailboxes, I would think starting today would be my guess, but today and tomorrow. And just basically giving them a heads up that we're gonna wait till 9 to start to try to let the morning traffic get out of there. And then during the application, we'll have to pause some traffic so that they can, obviously to spray the road, you gotta be on the road, which means you've got 2 trucks blocking the road. So there'll be some pauses during that traffic will need to sit and wait while we're doing it. But the hope is, I don't anticipate doing this again. I don't think it'll be needed. The hope is that combined with this and a little more regular moisture, that we will have really good dust control from here going forward. It won't be dust free. There's no road we have that's dust free, but it'll be combined with the chloride that's already there, which we did a month ago basically. It really should turn into a much more dust free environment. You still have to drive accordingly, like it or not, whether you're happy or not. People are just gonna have to drive accordingly, or there's gonna be accidents because of people. I've heard plenty of stories about people running stop signs and everything else, and you just can't do that and not have an accident-free situation. So eventually you have to take some responsibility and try to make it safe for everybody else around you. Again, not everybody's favorite situation, but contractor is making headway and removing pavement and getting some macadam put in and continuing the work there. We started from the north and they're working south. So I could see maybe some paving in the next couple weeks perhaps, working from the north again, working towards the south. So yeah, that's coming along and we're off and going. We have our other bridge project going on. much lower traffic road, much more secluded, much more peaceful. And that's over on 190th. Again, if I can get a hold of you guys a little bit, I'm gonna run you over there too, so you can take a look at it. That's our own crew doing that project. I have to say that I'm pretty proud of the work they've done and the work they've already completed in the short time frame we've had that closed. So it's come along very well, and they're kind of done reconstructing one end of the bridge, and they're in the process of reconstructing the other end as we speak. In fact, I think they were gonna pour a little bit of concrete this morning. So that's come along very well, probably better than any of us could have expected, and credit to the crew for that. So other than that, there is plenty of other stuff going on, but I think those are probably the highlights. And you guys get calls or anything, you can send them on to our office, and we'll try to answer some questions. And we're kind of working on communicating with landowners, and especially right along the project also, as we get closer to paving, so that they kind of drives home the point that they're gonna be inconvenienced and out of their main access for a few days when we do the actual paving. So really, once the concrete's been down for about a day, we let them, they can park and just walk on it over to their residence, but it takes a little bit for that to cure, obviously. And so we're kind of working on that communication also, and starting to introduce everything to people. But we're moving. It's a complicated project, but they're definitely making headway.
It makes you feel any better. My banker, she understands. She's not happy, but she knows it has to be done. She said, I just want to let you know I'm not mad at you anymore. I said, well, that's fine. It's good to know. I said,
You definitely know what your baker meant.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't overly warmly received, but I have reminded a few folks when they talk about the length of closure and you should be able to let us in one way all the time kind of a thing, that we have shrunk the closure from what they've experienced in the past. And they didn't love the comparison with the Flint Creek Bridge, but the fact is the other alternative was just to close the whole thing down, build a full bridge, do all the grading, and then come back to it, and that would have been a much longer closure than what we have now. So not a perfect world, but we're making headway, and the contractor's making good progress, and that's what we want to see. We want to see him on site using the good weather, making the progress that he can make, and right now that is happening.
Good.
I had, sitting in church, waiting on church start Sunday. I don't know, Ken was sitting ahead of me, but I had a gentleman wanna know when that bridge is gonna be open on 99. He's got some friends out there, and he said, I timed it, and it takes me 24 minutes to get out there, and he said, I don't think I'll be seeing them in the next 3 months. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of all places to jump me about your bridge.
Been there, done that, I understand.
I'm trying to get my Jesus on. And,
It can pop up at all different times, so. Like I said, it's a very busy road. It was predictable. We knew going into it that it wouldn't be enjoyable to do, but get it in, get it done, and it'll be a long, long time before anybody has to deal with it again.
all right, well, you heard it here first. Don't be mad, or maybe you will, but we're all just trying to do our best. Any correspondence, gentlemen?
I had none.
Brings us to discussion and vote. Starts us off with 5A, which is standard operating procedure for accounts payable claims for 6/27. It is in the amount of $342,763.65 in checks, $473, $818.37 in wire transfer payments for the grand total of $816,582.02.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. It's good to see you back, Tom.
It's good to be back.
You know, you look a little bit different in person than you do over the TV. Actually, you don't. I just figured I would say that. All right. Next, we have B, again, pretty standard. It's reimbursement claims for the reimbursement amount of $2,642.69 in reimbursements, zero and non-taxable.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes. Okay. Next, we have C, it's the authorizing the issuance of a tax exempt general obligation loan agreement, anticipation project note series 2023A. These are Devils will be copying these, and these are over the projects that we've covered. I'm gonna let, Tom, do you wanna address that? You probably can do a little bit better than me.
We do this every year. We make capital expenditures and pay for insurance out of a line of credit. We collect the money under a debt service levy, but we have no long-term debt. These notes are for 1 year. They will start the 1st of July, the 1st of the fiscal year, and they're paid off. That was the accounts payable we just paid, included, what, $400 and some thousand to make sure that all those are paid off, so we have no long-term debt. They will be paid off next June 30th. We use the tax exempt is used for capital expenditures. It's the vehicles for the sheriff, equipment for conservation, IT expenses. Rodney's doing some work on the jail, and that's under the capital expenditures, and then the insurance, that's a taxable general obligation loan. But it's a line of credit, and we save money on that because we can collect it under the debt-free or the debt service levy, which TIF does not affect. And we, since it's a line of credit, we can borrow the money on Wednesday and pay it back on Friday, or a week from Wednesday, whenever you want it, so you don't. We had, I believe, last year, the year before, we had maybe a $2 million credit facility, and only spent about $2,500 worth of interest. This probably saves, I'm gonna guess 15 cents on the levy. It's just, it makes sense to do it. So I'd make a motion to approve the issuance, unless Shane wants to read through that general obligation loan.
I did want to read the amount, which was $1,725,000, but we've already covered this. There's no, we've gone through these already, so.
There's an abundance of paperwork with these.
And double copies,
service
gentlemen.
yeah. So I would make a motion to approve the issuance of the tax exempt general obligation loan agreement.
I'll second it, but I'd still like Shane to read it.
Everybody, you're gonna get real tired. But anyways, you could definitely,
I'll rescind that part.
I appreciate that. But if you want a picture of it, I'll give you, you can take a picture of the second page. Can I get, moved in second? Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes. Next, we have, it's pretty similar, this is D, it's the authorizing of the issuance of a taxable general obligation loan agreement, anticipation project note series 2023B. This is in the amount of $2,700,000, and Tom, you want to,
Same explanation. This is the difference between this one is this is the taxable loan agreement that's used to pay insurance, health insurance, liability insurance, workers' compensation. So I would make a motion to approve this loan agreement as well.
Second.
moved in second, Sarah Marie? Let's vote.
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yeah. Sure you want me to read that, Jimmy?
No,
You're all right.
we gotta go on the road tour with Carter. It'd take longer than one Carter speaks.
That's right. Not quite, but anyways, let's. Next we have, E on the agenda is amendment to 2022 Des Moines County Employee Handbook. County Auditor, you want to address that?
So we just had, an edit to page 25 to the sick leave for family sick and how we use that, and then, anything referenced to DESCOM in there we removed, so those were the edits on that.
Move to approve.
Second.
It had to be done, we're just tightening things up, no need to panic. It's been moved and approved, or it's been a first and second. Let's get a vote on this, Sarah Marie.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yep. Okay. Next we have F, which is a cigarette permit for River Mart. They get smokes, Sheriff?
They're all good.
They get smokes, all right. Well, you can smoke them if you got them. Can I get a motion to approve?
Second.
I just want to say that nicotine is hard on the body. Just throwing that out there. Moved us first and second. Let's take it to vote. Sarah Marie.
Jim Carrey, Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yeah, there's no room. You want to do this on the back, on this one, on these, or what? Does it matter?
Is there a spot on the bottom for you just to sign?
Yeah, I'm just talking, yeah, I don't
Just,
know.
You
just
might
stamp
not
it
have to
anywhere
see.
there.
Yeah.
All right. That's when anybody get mad at me where I'm stamping now. There you go. Next, we have two personnel actions. We're at 5G. One is for local health, and the other one is for the treasurer. I'll do these separately. We'll do local health first. It's Carrie Crouch. She's a public health nurse, and she's a new hire. She's full-time at $52,564.68 annually, effective 6/19/2023. Get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Moved in second. Sarah Marie.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. All right. Welcome, Carrie Crouch. Oh, I forgot to read this. She wants a job with the county so she can work close to Tom Broker. How interesting. Wow. All right. Next we have Annika McVeigh. She's a temporary part-time clerk, 2 MV at the Treasurer's Department. Effective 6/22/23. She's temporary part-time and her work is complete. So that was her last day on 6/22. That's what that is.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes, I know she came in to help us out with some stuff, so we appreciate that. Okay. This brings us to minutes for regular meeting on June 20th, 23. Can I get a motion to approve minutes, please?
Move approved.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell.
Yes. Gentlemen, do we have any other business?
I have none.
I have none.
Future agenda items?
We need a work session for the Pioneer Cemetery.
Yes, we do.
I think Herb said he wasn't gonna be here the 5th or the
It's gonna be
19th.
the 5th or the 17th.
He's gonna be gone on those days, or it needs to be
Yes.
one of those days?
He's gonna be gone on those days.
Uh,
So we could do the 11th or the 18th.
I'm okay with either one of those.
Doesn't matter to me. It might take a little while depending on the contentious. as soon as they're ready to roll, so.
I may be gone on the 11th, but I don't know that that really matters to your topic, so that's up to you guys. I might be here, I might not. I got meetings that day and I gotta figure out timing.
On the 11th?
But,
I leave the 5th, 11th, 17th out. How about the following week?
well, the 17th.
17th's a Monday, so that
17th 's a
doesn't really
Monday,
matter.
So, and you don't have meetings on Mondays, so I think you're looking at the 11th or the 18th. And I might be here that day too, so go ahead and schedule if you wanna do the 11th. I just don't know yet.
How far apart do, the public public hearings on, the wind and solar, or wind ordinance? Are they every 2 weeks, or they,
They're every week,
I would
so
think
they're
they'd
gonna
be
be,
back.
they'll be every week?
so they're the 5th, the 11th, and the 18th.
Which should be fairly
Unless we
sorted
waive
out
the-
by the 3rd.
Yeah, unless we waive the third one, then we'll just have the 5th and
I don't think we wanna waive it on an ordinance, but, that ordinance, but, so maybe the 18th.
Good with that? Jimmy?
Yeah, that's gonna work for me. 18th.
When 11th works, it doesn't matter to me.
18th work. Okay. You need,
I'll probably be here. I may have to leave right after it, but I'll probably be here.
Okay, so the 18th?
That's what we're gonna roll with.
You do whatever you want.
I'd like you to resolve.
Okay.
I will let Herb know.
Committee reports. I had a Workforce Development Board, and we're doing some monitoring, and so some stuff showed up that we had to correct. There was one citation, but it was just that, it wasn't that something was being done wrong, it was just that something was not, paperwork that wasn't filled out, so we had to get some stuff squared away, but outside of that, still dealing with some of the same issues in Des Moines County. There's a lot of jobs, so we're trying to get people to fill those jobs. Nobody should be complaining that there's nothing to do or no work in Des Moines County. There is. You don't have to leave, you can find a job here. My other board meeting was community action, and nothing really to report except for that we're putting some new door handles and electronic access down in Keokuk. That wasn't planned, but they had some extra money, so they're doing that. And they're also, we've had some changes up on the strategic plan. We've had to address that and make a few adjustments, just to make sure that we're all moving in the right direction, and everybody seems to be in agreement. So that's all I've really got to report.
I had a early childhood report, and we had a presentation. Excuse me, it's on our childhood out here that the Burlington School District has out at the old Forest School. They showed us a bunch of slides on that and what they're doing there, and trying to expand that. Burlington ought to really be proud of what the school district's doing out there for that child care. It's amazing. So, and then I had public health bill meeting. Krista's not here to give the report. It was pretty down to earth on it, and since the supervisors approved Ann Fedler, why, now she is officially on the board now, so, on the public health board. And I also had another meeting. I had 3 of them. I don't know.
Regional planning?
Huh?
Regional planning meeting?
No, because I had public health meeting instead of regional planning. Yeah. I can tell you here real quick. I should have brought my papers in with me, but, you know how that goes sometimes. Oh, yeah, this here is an important one. I had the college and school meeting, quarterly meeting on that, down at the college with the fair board and the college. And they're getting ready for the fair, and everything looked pretty good. They're trying to get that, on the inside, get that paint off of the arena.
Oh, yeah.
It's posts on the ceiling up there painted. They had an agreement with the people that run that flea market out there. They was gonna do that, and they haven't actually done it yet. So we don't know where we stand on that, because they had their last flea market out 40 and 8 Club.
Oh, wow.
So it's just kind of a
What are the dates of the fair this year?
27th, toward the end of July.
Last week of July.
Last week of
It
July.
wasn't actually early August now.
Yeah, it rolls into the, I think the last day would probably be the 1st of August, if I had to guess. But the week of the 24th, I believe, is the bulk of the week of the fair.
Yep. Animals arrived the morning of the 25th.
That's a good sign, 40 and 8. Satisfied?
That's all I had.
Thomas?
I didn't have any official duties. I was discussing table manners with my grandchildren.
How did that go, Thomas?
With mixed results.
All right, we got a mixed bag. Discussing table manners. I had one correspondence that I forgot to read, but I want to make sure I do. This is a thank you letter from Community Action of Southeast Iowa. It says, "We are so grateful for your kind donation to our neighborhood center. Together we can make a difference in our community. With gratitude, your Community Action Neighborhood Center family. Kim, Shelby, Stacy, Steve, Pat, and Tom. Thank you Des Moines County employees for the food donation for our food pantry. It has helped us tremendously." So I just want to make sure that I read that. Thank you, everybody. Every little bit that you do makes a difference. Don't think that it doesn't. You feed one kid, you just kept a kid full. So anyways, just want to say a thank you to the girls. All right. Now, we're going to give you 2 minutes for public input. We'd love to hear from you. We always love to hear from you. Even when it's not good, we still want to hear from you. So you can call us right now. Sarah Marie will answer that phone at 319-753-8203 extension 4. You can call right now at 319-753-8203 extension 4. Or you can always email us at board@dmcounty.com. That is board@dmcounty.com. We will all get the same email. We will deal with it. So if there's somebody that has something they want to get off your chest, Jimmy, start the call, please.
I see that letter,
This one right here?
the one that you read, yeah, thanks.
So, gentlemen, why don't you guys say something interesting? I've got nothing.
So Tom, you talk about grandkids, they're really fun, aren't they?
They are, they are,
Most of the time.
most of the time.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes at the end of the
I
day.
actually wish I could put my feet up on the table, but of course I can't.
You can't do that?
I think they thought I was just jealous was the reason I told them I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
We took 3 of them to ball game last night. Little 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 21-month-old. And we watched ball games, and they played in the dirt. We brought them home, 7 o'clock, we had to give them all baths. And we got a little bit of rain out there, you know, and I don't think you guys got any in Burlington.
A little bit.
We got quite a bit out of our house.
Yeah,
Did you?
We got quite a little bit of.
Which we live in a vortex. When you guys have been getting all this,
You guys
the
weren't
rain,
getting
we've
anything, you
gotten
finally
nothing.
got some.
Yeah, and we finally, and I think it's probably enough to help out, but.
I got a friend of mine that lives in the vortex, and we were getting rain before. He sent me a picture. He goes, "Yep, not coming here. His clothes were still up on the
You
line."
guys got
He
3
finally got-
inches here at one time in Burlington, and literally the sun never stopped shining in my house. Like,
It's crazy, man.
but you know that playing in the mud's good for their immune system.
Well, I hope so, because little one, he had, I think he even ate some of it.
Make him grow up, be strong.
Be strong.
Come up, my shirt had little fingerprints all over it, my shorts. I looked like I'd been out baling hay and rolled around in the mud.
That's a sign of Mr. Spock, living long and prosperous.
I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I know you wouldn't. Well, that's the 2 minutes. Again, just because you didn't message us, you still can do that anytime. we will definitely get back with you. So with an aye, we're adjourned, and afterwards we have a work session.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, Des Moines County, have a good day.
Go for it. Wind farm, it's wind energy conversion systems. So it's basically, we're doing one for wind energy and one for solar, so it'd be for the regulation
Getting
of
it going.
the
My
location
bachelor's will be Friday morning at work. I got through the day, I woke up.
So
Saturday
it's
morning.
basically for like a commercial scale wind or solar